Well, hey folks, how y'all doing? Welcome back. An old man in the land of grills. We're gonna cook on that thing down there. And you're saying, what is that, Tom? Well, folks, that is the Masterbuilt 7-in-1 air fryer. It's an air fryer. You're saying, holy smokes, that's a huge air fryer. Yes, it is. And today I've got a lot of requests to do. People want me to do a whole turkey in there. And folks, I'm gonna do a whole chicken in there today. And that way you'll be able to see how a good sized chicken looks in there, and you'll be able to see, you know, obviously that a turkey can fit in there. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna also look at a couple things about the Masterbuilt. We're gonna review and go over and do some updates on. So I'll tell you what, let's take a look at the bird, and then we'll come back out and take a look at the Masterbuilt. All right, so here's the setup we're gonna use for today. I've got the spot in the bottom basket. You can see this is our lifter to take it in and out because it's gonna get hot. And then in order to set the bird in, Masterbuilt has, and this is a pretty good idea here where they've got this holder, and obviously it's big enough you can fit a turkey on top of it. But then you could also, if you want to put something in there like a beer can chicken, in my opinion, they're a little gimmicky. And I've done it before, and I've guessed over, and you know, unless you tell them that it's beer can chicken, they don't say, "Is that beer can chicken?" It just doesn't do it. So we're gonna put our bird on there. Let's take a look at the bird. No, you know what? For those of you who are watching this for the first time, let's take a look at some of the other accessories. All right, so for those of you who are just watching and you're curious about this Masterbuilt 7-in-1 air fryer, you're probably saying why it's 7-in-1. So you've got seven different options here. You can air fry, you can roast, bake, convection, broil, and also dehydrate. And you're saying, well, that's 6, Tom. What's the 7th? Well, the 7th one is that it's got a little smoker box. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But there's the other baskets that come with it. There's 4 there, and the fourth, the bottom one is attached to a frame, and then the 3 ones come out. And I had put in at one point 32 chicken wings in there. They did turn out, but they took about 2.5 hours. Cleanup though on there was kind of a pain in the butt. So I'll tell you what, let's get the chicken. I think cleanup's going to be a little bit easier today, but let's get the chicken prepped up and ready to go. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the smoking option on this thing. All right, so there's the bird, folks. That's a little over 6-pound bird there. So you get a good idea that there's a heck of a lot of room on there. And you'll see when we put it on, there's going to be a lot more vertical space. So you can probably fit a very decent sized turkey on this thing. But right now, I tell you what, and you're saying, hey, aren't you you're forgetting something here, Tom? You're not gonna do any seasoning? Bare naked, folks, bare naked. I'm gonna do pulled chicken with this, and I like to tenderize my pulled chicken as I'm pulling it. And the skin doesn't usually stay in for pulled chicken, so I am just gonna put it on as you see it, scandalous, bare naked. All right, so here's the firebox. It is, you can see I've got pellets in there, and that was from I tried using pellets in the last cook I did on this, 425 for 2.5 hours, and that's what this still looks like right now. So, you know, the pellet box, like I said from the very beginning, I don't think they really had very serious intentions with it because it doesn't really hold a lot. Even if you're putting wood chips in there, you can see it's about 1 3/4 inches. It's 4 inches long, and it's about an inch and a quarter deep. And they say in the instruction manual not to fill it up all the way. So, you know, about an inch. That's not much. And if you had chips in there, it's even less. And plain and simple, people are telling me, yeah, you're supposed to start it on fire in one corner. That was not the intention that Masterbuilt had. So in my opinion, unless somebody from Masterbuilt, which they won't, is going to tell me how wrong I am, this kind of worthless. So we're going to get it back in there. But you know what? Maybe it'll work today. Here, there's a tease. Keep on watching to see if the if the smoker box actually works on the Masterbuilt 7-in-1 air fryer. I'll tell you what, let's stop being so negative and get that chicken on there. Will you, Tom? All right, now you get an idea how big that cook chamber is. That's a 6-pound bird, a little over 6-pound bird in there. And so you get a better idea. You've got a lot more room in there and a fair amount of headroom too also. And I don't have that thing pushed down all the way, so it's sitting more in the center. But let's, I'll tell you what, let's get it fired up here, folks. So in order to run it here, and if you watch my channel before, you know I do a lot of stuff with air fryers. And what I always say cook on the highest. So we got it turned on here. You see it's blinking, it's telling me, hey, pick me. So I'm gonna pick air fryer. And I got it set at the dial here, which is, let's get you over there, 425. So it's the presets on these are pretty much 400 if you were to use just the presets. and 140 for the dehydrate. But you can override, put it on air fry, then just put it on 425, and that's what it'll cook on. And I tell you what, we're gonna give you a look-see probably every 30 minutes or so. So see you in about 30 minutes. All right, folks, while we're waiting for the first 30 minutes here, just check out my buddy Tommy over at the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. He just did, oh, look at that chicken, he did that. He did that on the Masterbuilt also. And he does a lot of this. He's the real deal. He's a chef. As opposed to me, I'm just an amateur. So check him out, Tommy at the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. All right, folks, you can hear it running there. Once again, this is an outdoor grill. So if you're wondering about heating elements, there's a heating element down on the bottom, heating element on the top of the blower. There is a thermostat in there, and when it gets up, like I said, got to 425, that inside chamber heats up to 425, it actually shuts off the blower. Kind of cool. So let's just take a look. It's been 40 minutes here, so let's see. Oh yeah, we're definitely cooking, starting to brown up on the top there. Keep on going, give you another look, see in about half an hour. All right, folks, I just checked the temperature. We're an hour and 40 minutes into it, and this is done. In fact, I'm reading a little one in the breast. I'm reading one, like 170, so nice and brown there. We're gonna pull this off, give you a look-see once I start to pull this, because what I do is I store it in, I'm gonna pull this off, I'm gonna put it in, well, hang on, I'll just show you. All right, so far as cleanup on the inside, the bird is still resting. It's about 5 minutes after. Pull the tinfoil off, you can see I gotta do a little cleanup on there. If you wanna see the smoker box, everybody's ooh, look at that. So nothing, they are warm, but there was zero smoke that came out of this. So, you know, Masterbuilt, you gotta go back to the drawing table on that, because there's nothing in the instruction manual that says you're supposed to light these on fire. So, and they gotta do something about this, because this is just cheap. All right, I'll tell you what, let's go take a look at the chicken. Whoa, this is what I do. So I put the whole chicken into a stainless steel bowl, covered it with some aluminum foil, and then just uncover it here. Let's set till it cools down enough that we can pull it, and we're gonna pull it, give you a look-see. All right, folks, there's our pulled chicken. That's the great thing about the bowl here, is that when I put it in there and I cover it, all the juices go into the bottom of the bowl, and I do not dump that. That's good stuff right there. And then what we do is we pull it and we toss it up with that, and there's what's left over. There's the bones and everything, and the skin. And then you're wondering what I'm using. I'm using this Uncle Steve's Shake, the original. www.unclesteveshake.com, folks, check them out. This is good stuff right here. I'll tell you what, let's you saw it in the title, my final thoughts on the Masterbuilt 7-in-1 air fryer. So let's talk about it. All right, let's start talking about it. So this is what I paid, $197. This is late October of 2020. Let's go outside, take a look at it. All right, so out in the garage, looking at the Masterbuilt, we had a little bit of a dramatic pause there because I'm still thinking what to tell you what I would do if I would buy this again. One of the things that intrigued me about it was the fact that, and there's a smoker box, that an air fryer that could smoke. It really did, and it doesn't, you know. And you can light it, but the box is so small that, and I showed you that today, that you're really not going to get enough smoke out of it to really tell the difference. Yeah, is it an air fryer? Or is it a 20 quart? Oh yeah. Does it have the power? Yep, I showed you that in another video where it's almost 14 amps. This thing's got a ton of power. And we showed today where it did, heck, the chicken was almost overdone in an hour and a half. So pretty impressive that way. You know, can you do that in your oven? Maybe you can. If you're looking for something, you're in an apartment and you're looking for something on the deck where you can go out and do stuff like out there, I mean, this may be an option for you. Is it an option for me for $197, 200 bucks it's called? No, it truly isn't, folks. There are some, you know, toaster, roaster, air fryer ovens that you can buy that are 20 quart for your house that can pretty much do what this thing does. This has to be used outside. That's another downfall. I've had just a ton of people ask me why you can't use it indoors, and it's because the manufacturer says you can't. In fact, they say you got to have 10 foot of clearance, 360 degrees around it. Would I buy it again? No, no, I wouldn't. This hasn't this hasn't gone crazy for me. This hasn't. But you know what got me going on this was Masterbuilt and the 560, the Gravity series. That thing is awesome. So when I figured that Masterbuilt reinvented the air fryer, I said, "Oh yeah," because look what they did to the grill. No, not so much. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. You know what? Leave your comment down below what you think of this Masterbuilt 7-in-1 air fryer that smokes. Tom Horseman YouTube, appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching. Take care.